Hey, Decluttering Club. It is a beautiful evening. Oh, look, there's a firefly. Oh my gosh. Such a beautiful evening here in Pennsylvania tonight. It's like the perfect summer evening. Oh my gosh, I'm like in love here. And I want to come on here and share a little thought with you um, really quickly about how preparation can sneak up on you. I feel like we work so hard, right? We work so hard. We want to do all these things. We have all these big ideas. And, you may feel like you're working so hard. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't see any movement, right? I feel like it's, like I don't see any evidence that it's working. But sometimes it takes a really long time. And so I wanted you to think of it as planting seeds. Planting seeds, right? Let me show you. I'm going to show you here really quick. I love the garden analogies because this is gardening season. So I have all the gardening ideas to relate back to decluttering. Right? So like this, for instance, check out this. This is like the most beautiful plant, like these echinacea. They are just enormous. And I went away last week. So I was gone for like 4.5 days and they did not look like this. There were no flowers. They were not this tall. And I come home and they're like massive. And the same thing like over there. I feel like the whole garden has filled in just literally overnight. I'm like, what happened? I wasn't even gone that long. How come the plants are all that big? Well, it's because they were all this growth was happening underground, right? And so we had these plants, but they were smaller. I mean, they weren't like this big, right? But it feels like they just exploded overnight. But all the growth was happening underground and maybe like with green leaves, but you just couldn't see it. But it was happening. And last year most of these things went in last year and they were so much smaller. But we planted them and we took care of them and, like they didn't all survive, but most of them did. And now finally, an entire year later, we are enjoying the fruits of the labor. It takes a while sometimes, like a year. It takes a long time. But all you got to do is keep going, right? With the garden, you just got to keep pulling the weeds and you got to water sometimes. And really the most important thing is the planting. If you never plant the flower, if you never plant the seed, then nothing can grow. Well, except for the weeds, which show up on their own, right? It's like the clutter that arrives at your house uninvited, right? There's clutter that you bring into your house on purpose, right? Something that you buy and then you discover you don't need it later. Maybe you never did need it. But then there's also clutter that shows up uninvited. That's like the weeds. But the most important thing is to take the first step, put the seeds in the ground, take the first step and get started. Let some things go, right? And over time, it just builds up over and over and it compounds. But it's not going to compound overnight. It takes a while to build up. And then one day you look around and you go, oh my gosh, we've done Kitchen Zero for 30 days. How did this happen? This is amazing. Or you'll look around and you'll say, oh, the laundry is all put away. How is this possible? And you won't even, it will sneak up on you. It's the craziest thing. And you will just be so in the rhythm and so used to doing the work, doing your Kitchen Zero, putting things away, letting things go, maybe throwing things out, cleaning up after yourself, taking out the trash. All of that becomes so natural, but it takes a while, right? So it's almost like as soon as you forget that you're doing it, that's when you know you're doing it right. So if it's hard and if you have to struggle and if you have to really focus to declutter and to do your work, that just means that you're kind of still at the beginning. And you might be at the beginning for a week or a month, or it might take a year. And it's totally fine. Like there's no problem if it takes you a year to get in the groove. Maybe it takes you 2 years. Who cares? So what? You will get there eventually. All you have to do is keep going. Just keep pulling those weeds, getting rid of the clutter. Little by little, it all adds up in a beautiful way. Now, if you stop, if you give up, if you just are like, who cares? What difference does it make? I'm just not going to focus in on this, then yeah, the weeds are going to come in and absolutely take over. Hey, Debbie, thank you. Right? So you can't stop, but you can take breaks. You can take your time. You can go at your own pace. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're going at a turtle's pace or if you're going super fast. It doesn't really matter. This is all just your perspective. It's the story you're telling yourself more than anything. You might feel like, in fact, I just recorded a video this morning with one of our coaches, Saylin Lowe, and she was talking about how, it takes time. It just takes time. It's just a story you're telling, right? And we can't do the same things at 48. Thank you very much. Or 60 or 70. You can't do the same things at 70 that you did at 20. Newsflash. This might be news to you. Maybe you're trying to behave that way, but it doesn't work that way, and it's okay. It's not better or worse. It's just different. I have lots of weeds. I have a lot of weeds too. I really do, because they all grew while I was gone out of town last week. So I just want to remind you that it's worth it. It takes time. It's okay. And it's adding up even if you don't see it. But the most important thing is to start. If you never start, then nothing's going to happen, right? And that is what our call is all about on Friday. Hopefully you've heard me talk about it already. I want to make sure that you've heard we're doing a planning intensive on Friday this week. And there is a link above or below this video where you can sign up for that if you're not already in our membership. If you're in our membership, you don't need to sign up. You already receive it. But if you're not, this is a chance for you to come and spend a couple hours, focused time. We're going to work through and create your plan together. Okay. I want you to leave that call knowing what you want to do. What's your project? Hey, Kate. What's the project you want to get done by Labor Day? We've got I think it's 9 weeks between Friday and this Friday and then Labor. I think it's 9 or 7. Anyways, it's like 9 weeks. What do you want to have done in that time? And what are all the steps you need to take? And then all you got to do is follow the plan, right? It's not that hard. Maybe you're not going to love it, but you can totally do it, especially when you make a plan that serves you. I've been at it for over 2 years. Yeah. And I bet you have gotten rid of so much stuff. There's no way that you can have been working for 2 years and not have gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Now, maybe there's more to go, but so what? Who cares? Just keep going. What's the alternative? The alternative is you just give up and you just let the stuff pile up. And that's not going to get you there any faster than when you keep going, right? Like sometimes people say, it's just not working, so I'm just going to quit. Like this happens a lot with weight loss, I hear, right? Well, I'm not getting to my goal weight, so I'm just going to stop. Okay, you could do that, but how's that going to help you? It's not, right? So we just have to keep going. Maybe we try some new things. We try some different things. Maybe we got to stretch ourselves a little bit more. Maybe we need to be willing to give up a little bit more. See how that goes. You're not the same person that you were last year or last week. And that matters, that counts. So just wanted to offer that to you. Fireflies are coming out. It's so amazing. I don't know if you can see them. See if you can see some of the fireflies. See, there's where the weeds are. There's where the weeds are by the path. Yes, each day is a new verse of your song. I love it. 100%. So come and join us on the Done and Dusted Summer Planning Intensive Call. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. Our members are all fired up already. There's a guide. You're going to get a planning guide. There's a tracker in there to keep you on track. There's a whole bunch of questions. It's basically fill in the blank, right? All you got to do is go down and fill in the blanks, and obviously do it live with us on the call. And then we just gotta keep moving. And we have solutions for that as well. All right. So I hope you are all having a gorgeous evening. Hope you get some fresh air today. And I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.